There are some big changes to the Drunken Peasants Patreon that all DP fans should be aware of.
First of all, we now have a $1 perk that gives you access to our patrons-only feed. See exclusive photos and get behind-the-scenes access to the peasants, all for only $12 a year.
The $5 perk, as always, gives you access to our monthly private show. It's a whole other episode of DP just for you.
The $10 perk is DP commentary on a film, TV series, or video game every month. Past examples of commentaries include Troll 2, Masters of the Universe, and the unreleased Fantastic Four movie from the 90s.
The DP Discord Smoke Sesh has gone down from $50 to $25. You can hang out with the peasants and chat them up on Discord.
For $50, you get your name immortalized by DP on air once a month, and you get a free pass to access DP on demand.
For $75, DP will shill your product, service, or YouTube channel on the show live. It's absolutely insane for a show our size to sell advertising this cheap, and slots are limited, so get at it.
For $100, you get to come on the show and join us for the segment of your choice. And remember, all patrons of $5 and up are eligible to win the green ticket, a chance to hang out with the peasants and be on the show live in studio. Experience the magic of stoner degenerates watching videos live and in person. You must be 21 or older to win.
You should also know about new goals, like the 48-hour show, a US tour, and even a DP movie. For more information, check out patreon.com/DP. Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Fuck it! Hey man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
What the fuck you talking about, atheist?
It's okay.
You're nothing, TJ. You're garbage.
I just want to be liked.
You're garbage.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Fuck it. Do it live.
Fucking thing sucks. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 406. I am joined by Billy the Fridge and the Wizard of Cause.
Wow.
Hey. So, yeah, this is your second time being on. I think the last time you were on, you were inebriated.
Me? No.
Did you have a bit to drink?
No, that must have been some other guy, probably Random Cam, maybe. No, I don't drink.
Did you have a drink and whip your dick out in front of women and start masturbating like Louis C.K.? Is that what you did?
No, I'd say he did it quite a bit more like I do it. I mean, I've mastered that. You know, you got to get enough practice in and have a good lawyer. But yeah, I mean, Louis' form was okay. Didn't get the consent form signed, so you know, disc on you, Louis. You need a new manager, clearly. But I have dropped balls on streams before, and that was fun.
You dropped balls on stream.
Yeah, no, my balls dropped actually for the first time. Yeah. No,
your testicles descended?
No, I think it was. I think it was like the failure stream. Do you guys know Failure Accomplished?
No.
Oh, he's a good dude. He runs a damn good show of his own when it's, I don't know, when he gets around to it. But
and he likes balls.
Oh, he loves balls on his stream. In fact, like if you ever get an invite, and this goes for everyone listening, if you ever get an invite to the Failure Accomplished stream, it's sort of required that you go balls out at some point. Only when they're not expecting it, like an assassin, you know.
It's too cold for my balls to come out right now.
Well, you just what's the temp out there?
I don't know. Anything
probably like 40, 50.
Anything under 100 is like my balls are being packed away.
Under 100?
Anything under 100. If it's over 100, I'll let the nut hairs sizzle. I'm cool with that.
23 fucking degrees right now. So you know what? I'll go outside and ball
I
sidewalk.
want to let everybody know that I recently spoke with TJ at length, and there's some big changes coming to the show soon. Positive ones that we believe everyone will be pleased with.
Yeah.
So, well, probably not everyone. I shouldn't say that. I take that back. Positive ones most people will be pleased with.
You can't please everybody. So you got to please yourself.
Some people are just never happy.
And we have Maddox on Monday, and we'll be making announcements soon regarding changes that'll be happening.
There's been some workings on doing another debate pretty soon too. I see a lot of interest in that.
Sargon and David Packman
trying to make that happen. So if you guys want to message at them and say, do the DP debate, all autistically like you do for everything else.
Yeah, David Packman said his feed was getting flooded.
So, wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, by no means. Oh my God, I am not Anisian's dad. Okay, do I look like 30 potential different guys in a milkman to you? So, sorry, I'm just seeing that. I gotta stay away from this fucking chat, dude. This shit's.
Dude, don't even read it. Don't even read it. Don't even read it.
Brutal shit. Like, I mean,
every time you read the chat gets their way. You don't want to give them that. Don't give them that power.
It's just like that bullying counseling in 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th grade all over again.
Just click the thing that says hide chat, and then you'll be good.
Just ignore them. They're only picking on you because they don't like themselves.
Yeah.
No, they don't like you, but they don't like anybody. Don't worry about it.
Oh, we get it over on Saints too, except they're usually just trying to get Jeff to do shots of that Polish death shit.
Polish death?
Oh yeah, it's some kind of like Polish grain alcohol he got sent. It says on the label, flammable.
I had some African grain alcohol that came in like a bag.
I just had Everclear.
Yeah, it was Everclear's fine.
Yeah.
The African grain stuff, it was in a plastic bag, so I was like, this is gonna kill me. It was surprisingly delicious. I'm not gonna lie. Drink all the African firewater you could find.
Hey, I also have to plug something else. DP on demand, 15% off from now until the end of the year. Use the link in the description. There's going to be a new Ask the Kirks posted there soon. There's going to be some new special content that you can only get there, as well as the post show. You should check out the last post show. It was really good. We played the higher or lower game.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
That was fun.
I got addicted to that game, and I actually scored like a 12
Woo!
once. I was like, whoa, I was on fire. But
like, isn't 9 like genius level?
Well, I mean, 9 is considered a high score on there. But after I scored a 12, I played like 3 or 4 more times and got a 0. So I'm not that good at the game. I just got lucky and went on a streak. I'm starting to learn, though.
Somebody needs to code up a Drunken Peasants higher or lower game with just Drunken Peasants references and see which ones rank higher than the others on the Google searches.
Scotty Cena, 12 searches.
That'd be fun.
I apparently need to check out this game. So higher or low, you said, yeah.
You could tell how good this game is because we learned it from Corpse Midget.
Is that crazy? Thank you, Corpse Midget. Yeah,
that guy's gonna end up lawyering up one of these days and just coming after you for a share of the show because he's just gonna tally up all the content time.
Yeah, from Romania.
Yeah, there are no lawyers in Romania.
All right, you know what? I'll let you play a round of it really quick, just so you know what it. Okay.
Yeah, this shit's
so George
wild.
Foreman has 246,000 monthly searches on the internet. Ramadan, higher or lower?
I'm gonna say lower.
Ramadan lower. No, you lose. You get a 0.
Damn.
Ramadan.
So that's how it's played.
Okay, yeah, I can see the addiction then.
It's the greatest game ever invented, other than Tetris.
Yeah, it's a pop culture 1-player PUBG match, pretty much. Just jump in, die, play again.
I would have said Ramadan because you think of how many Muslims there are in the world, and then George Foreman. I mean, he was a famous boxer back in the 70s, and
he's also a grill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
he does have a grill.
It's still not as big. Like the grill isn't as big as it used to be, though.
Not really.
And George Foreman's old. As shit.
He named all of his kids George, right?
Yes, I think
even the girls. Yeah. It's so funny. That's what happens when you get hit in the head.
Too many times, yeah. But I mean, still, the fact that he was able to engineer that grill in his garage like that, I was impressed. Sharper Image just comes along, scoops it up, and then all of a sudden Ramadan's more popular.
Hulk Hogan claimed that he got offered the grill first and turned it down.
Yeah, I heard that. Whatever. He's full of shit.
Hulk Hogan lies.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan lives the kayfabe.
Yo, safely! Let's go find this hater, put a bullet in his fucking head.
Oh, you like me now? I'm the only
the good kind of furry drama.
That's because Jesus Christ is my nigga.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. And you love this guy. You've seen him before.
Oh?
Oh, yeah. You love this guy.
All right, here's my newest song. It's called My Rule. All right, here's the beat.
This is the guy that Jeff Holiday tried to say was better than Jake Paul.
Yeah, I know.
This is my rule. There is no rules. So don't be fooled. Just remember this. There is no rule.
Yeah.
The only rule is there's no rule.
No.
This guy hasn't even started yet. You can't even judge this infidel.
Yeah, that's just this warm up.
You around me. You think you want to know the rule? Well, I already told you at the beginning. So check it.
Wow, all this build-up.
48 seconds later, he still hasn't rapped. And that's good. This is the best part of the song.
He's bobbing his head so hard that the camera is shaking around.
Is this possibly you, Wizard of Cause, before your testicles descended?
This was me. I was pre-streaming on somebody else's channel before I showed up on Failures, and yeah, somehow the footage got leaked. I'm impressed. Well, I hope you guys really enjoy these dope rhymes, though. I worked hard on it.
Fuck you if you think you know the rule, cause bitch, there is no rule when it comes to me. Just don't even act like you know anything about me. My rule is no rule. Your rule? I don't know what your rule is.
Fuck! Rule number 1, stop rapping.
You need to collaborate with this guy.
If I did, it would be, I would collaborate on like a gun cleaning video, and I would just have the thing discharge halfway through, and I would accidentally murder him.
Why don't you look down the barrel, make sure it's nice and clean,
Could you
Jimmy?
see? Could you see the back of the barrel? Is it clean enough?
It's clean enough. The only way to tell if it's clean is you got to put a bullet in that little hole right there, and then just you go ahead and just push that with your finger, and just look down that way.
He is straight gangster, though. Look at his chains.
His bobbing is off beat, right?
All I know is my rule. It's easy to forget. Always will remember it, because there is no rules.
Get to play with their necklaces.
It's like the easiest thing to remember.
Could you imagine being this kid's parents and you walk in on him doing this? Like, wouldn't you rather walk in on him masturbating or something?
I couldn't imagine being this kid, because I know he's older now. These videos are kind of old. I would be so fucking embarrassed if there were videos of me.
But he still puts out rap, right?
I know he
there was
does,
like that new one that you played.
It is an improvement.
He's got a new track?
It's an improvement like herpes can improve when it goes like they go into what is it, regression? I never had herpes. Okay.
Regression. I have a regressive case of herpes.
Yeah, it's like,
oh my god, herpes, you're such a regressive.
You regressive little bitch.
This is really
herpes are for life.
All of these lumps on my dick.
Well, fuck you, because you're the dumbest motherfucker I've ever known.
Wow, he's hardcore. Don't fuck with this kid.
Fuck you, because you're the dumbest motherfucker I have.
Well, he's got that no nonsense. You ain't gonna fuck around in my fucking 7-Eleven, bitch. Kind of, just that face.
You should collab with this guy.
I think so.
I would probably beat the shit out of him. I would probably just, like, we go to shoot a video for whatever we recorded, and I would just beat the shit out of him. And I would feel bad doing it, too, because I know there's something wrong with this kid. Like, he's developmentally not all there.
And you'd feel bad because you went to go do a collab and ended up beating up a retard.
Yeah.
No, because I would only do the collab as an excuse to meet the kid to beat him up. Because this is just like, I don't know. I've seen way too many of these videos of him specifically. I should have only ever seen one and then clicked it off 10 seconds in and never had him in my life again. So I figure he's earned an ass whooping. Like if shitty rap videos were Kool-Aid points, he could turn those Kool-Aid points in for an ass whooping.
I've not heard of Kool-Aid points in forever.
Kool-Aid points were the shit. I would collect my Campbell soup labels too. I was ready, man. I would take them into school, get book club points.
Well, see, that's how our generation learned about economics is all.
Exactly.
Econ and finance using Kool-Aid points.
Kids don't save their fucking points no more.
Yeah. People don't save the Marlboro miles.
Yeah, that's. I used to save Marlboro miles. I would like go hang out with like deadbeats and be like, "Can I have your miles?" I was a little kid. They'd be like 40-year-old men hanging out with.
What were you saving the miles for?
I wanted to get like a lamp or something, like the Marlboro lamp.
Fucking blazer, of course.
Yeah,
little Marlboro logo right there.
I'm just trying to get stuff, man. I like free stuff.
All right, we have one troll or not a troll. You let me know. Troll, not a troll. Tell me how you feel it.
Hello guys, it's me here, Griffin. What's up? Griff. Hey! Yeah, no. I'm gonna be singing Amazing Grace, yeah. Amazing Grace.
Oh God.
Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved.
He's a neckbeard.
Yeah, but this is like one of those videos of somebody who's just coming out of anesthesia somewhere, and they just wake up. They're like, "Oh, my waitress is late, Dad. This is the best." You know, he looks high as a kite right now.
I think he's just fat and lazy.
Yeah. He's kind of got the Brett Keane thing where he just has to lay in bed to make a video.
He's waiting for his mom to bring in the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
He don't give a fuck.
Like me.
Like, if this guy was really a Christian, if he was really a Christian singing Amazing Grace, somebody at the church would have been like, shave, motherfucker.
See, you said Christian. That's how British people say that shit.
A Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you have a fucking Harry Potter accent.
Do you think? Do I remind you of Harry Potter?
See, you hear the way you ask that fucking question?
I don't know. I can't help it. I don't watch Harry Potter, so I don't know what it's like.
Whatever.
No,
you're part of Harry Potter. Don't lie,
dude. I'm Hagrid.
With no beard. You're beardless Hagrid.
Harry, I got you a dragon, Harry. This guy.
All right, I say troll.
He's got to be a troll. He is he's an atheist through and through. He dresses like one. He grooms like one. He lays fat back in his bed like one.
Well, this actually comes from the TJ DNA experiment. This is one of TJ's botched clones, and he didn't form correctly, so he's actually bound to this bed because he has no legs.
This is QJ.
Bastards around the country. Holy shit!
He was given 2 TJ penises in place for legs, and that's why he's stuck.
So basically, walking around for him is like playing tech decks for anyone else.
Oh. All right.
Did you just think of something, Billy, or did that just take a moment to settle in with you?
No, I'm just 2 TJ dicks for legs. He's just like floating around like the fat fuck from Dune because he's got no working legs. They're just little nubbisons that scrape across the ground and come every step he takes because of the friction. Oh,
leaving a trail behind him like a snail.
It's definitely a snail trail situation. Oh my God.
So when
I think that's a fate I would never wish on anybody. 2 TJ dicks for legs.
People are discriminating against wolves.
They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
TJ, are you with me?
And you better well learn to love it.
Need to up our fucking graphics game on Sunday nights. Holy shit.
Yeah, we got lucky. Some people made us some pretty cool intros and shit. I mean, they need to be updated because...
Well, I introduced Jeff actually, I think it was on Thursday. You guys have both seen Way of the Gun, right?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, I mean, brilliant fucking... I mean, it's an awesome...
Is that Ryan Felipe?
Yeah, that's the weird thing. It's this badass crime drama starring Ryan Felipe and Tay Diggs. But there's a scene in the very beginning where Sarah Silverman starts mouthing off and gets knocked the fuck out by Felipe.
Yeah.
And we got that as a gift now. So when we if we get like a Streamlabs at a certain level, it's just gonna hooray, Sarah Silverman getting boom knocked the fuck out.
Damn.
Best we got. Yeah, but you got trucks and shit, so I'm a little trucks and UFOs.
You need trucks.
Yeah, you need TJ on CNN staring at the floor.
TJ, are you with me?
Yeah. All right. So I guess a hockey coach, like a peewee hockey coach, got fired for giving like an obscene pep talk, like trying to work up the team.
How old were the kids?
Here it is. Or no, you know what? It's not gonna work. That sucks because it was awesome. I tried to download it.
Oh, I'm gonna interact.
I'm gonna see if I can find it anyway.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I'll play the next one though. This is
Cool.
this is about Louis C.K.
Oh my guy, Louis.
Louis C.K.'s new film in jeopardy after the New York Times quoted 5 women accusing the celebrated comedian of sexual misconduct.
Louis C.K. is considered a comedy god. He's the comedian that many other comedians
hate
look up
this
to.
guy.
Dana Min Goodman and Julie Wolof told the New York Times they went to Louis C.K.'s hotel room for a nightcap after their comedy show in 2002. He proceeded to take all of his clothes off and get completely naked and started masturbating. We were paralyzed. Rebecca Corey told the Times she was
I feel
working
like
with
I'm not condoning what Louis C.K. did, but if a woman or women go up to a guy's hotel room like after a night of drinking for a nightcap, and a guy says, "Hey, do you mind? Or I'm gonna can I take my penis out and masturbate in front of you?" Your response shouldn't be to giggle, thinking it's a joke. You should be like, "No, keep your dick in your pants." And that might not have been a 2005 situation, but now in 2017, I think we can all agree we know how people act. Louis C.K. sacrificed his public opinion because he's a fucking weird jerk-off dude, but now we all know. If you're ever in that situation and someone's like, come to my hotel room, I want to have a nightcap, and they ask you, can I masturbate in front of you? Just say no.
I'm glad we got to the point where, like, we finally sorted that out. So it's like, okay, I was a little in the dark about it before. I mean, so it's just like, do you want to masturbate? Is that what we came up here for? I thought, oh, well, go for it, Louis, because what the fuck, dude? Well, I mean, that is the thing, though, too. It's like, I love that thing. It's like sexual misconduct. It's like, what the fuck does that mean? Oh, he like dropped trout and started whacking off in front of these broads after they came up to his hotel room after they had a spectacular show.
I like to think they were going up there ready to have a 3-way with Louis. And then when Louis was like, just whipped his dick out and started jerking off, they were so jaded and pissed. They were like, what the fuck?
He did admit it, though. He did say
he definitely did. He jerked off in front of these women. He was inappropriate on multiple occasions. But the situation where you bring 2 girls up to your hotel room at night for a drink and ask them if you can jack off in front of them, women, please take some responsibility here. Don't just giggle and laugh it off until he whips his dick out. Like, tell him no. Tell him no.
There were some reins to be grabbed in that circumstance. So it's like, yeah, and it took him 10.5 minutes just to draw out his knife and tell me he was gonna stab me, and I was just frozen.
This is a further thing. Women are just not assertive enough with men. I know a lot of girls who don't want to do things, and they do it just because the men push themselves on them, and they can't say no. There's women out there that just can't say no in situations like this, and that fucking.
In 2005, was Louis, I'm having trouble remembering, like, he was really, that was when he was rising, right?
Before we're talking Pootie Tang.
Yeah.
Pootie Tang was 2001 or 2002? So
yeah, so he was there, he was established. But I mean, if you've ever hung out with, like, comics or stand-up comedians, you know that they're not normal people.
They're pathetic human beings.
Asked if he could do the same thing in front of her. When she declined, his face got red, she says, and he told me he had issues. An anonymous accuser says she allowed it to happen because of the culture. He abused his power.
What came out in the New York Times article today has been public knowledge to people in the comedy community for years.
NBC News reached out to Louis C.K.'s representatives and got no response. The Times said a publicist for Louis C.K. wrote in an email, Louis is not going to answer any questions. The new allegations following so many.
Is this a lineup of accused motherfuckers? Who's the Martin Van Buren looking dude down there?
Yeah, that's who I was wondering. I was
what
like,
the hell? Is Beethoven a molester now? What the fuck is that?
Is he a member of the Whig Party?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Doctor Who, I'm coming with my sonic screwdriver into your pussy.
What the fuck?
I didn't know about Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman. I wonder how many of these guys got deals with Netflix, though. I really think there's a hit out on Netflix.
Oh, you're conspiracy.
I'm telling you, my dude.
Hulu.
I'm
This
telling
is
you.
fucking Hulu's doing
You
it.
believe in Pizzagate, too.
Pizzagate is a little different.
What?
That was Amazon's
The dude in charge of Pizzagate is number 49th most powerful person in Washington, D.C. How does that add up for a guy that owns a fucking pizza parlor and an art gallery that he doesn't want to talk about?
Well, it's obvious that he runs an underground pedophile ring.
I'm just saying, if tomorrow everybody told me the politicians were eating and murdering and doing their way with kids, I'd be like, yeah, probably, because they're sick. They have power, and power corrupts. It does. That's why all these people here are like deviants, because they had just a little bit of power. This is what happens when you get a little bit of power. You don't have that willpower to disdain from whipping your wiener out and masturbating in front of a couple of funny girls you met at the club.
In just the last month.
We've never seen a time in our history where sexual violence, sexual assault, sexual harassment has been discussed in mainstream media and pop culture in the way that we're seeing now.
I thought we were watching Star Trek for a second there.
I Love You, Daddy was already controversial.
Everybody's a pervert. I'm a pervert. We're all perverts. Who cares?
And even contains a scene similar to the allegations now being made.
Every day, it seems, a new figure in Hollywood.
I fucking hate this guy. Why's he got a tiny pumpkin behind him? What are you trying to prove,
You
dude?
know what? I'm going to go get a decorative gourd for my office.
You better not get a pumpkin. Babe, no
really
pumpkin.
disgusting behavior. It does.
Put a nice big squash up there. Maybe this looks like a guy who would honestly put a decorative, a decorative fruit basket on his desk.
I want a full-on cornucopia display on top of that fucking bookshelf. Take those plaques and stars off. Get rid of that little orange pumpkin piece of shit.
I'll tell you why I don't like this guy. He looks like the product of a test tube baby, and when his mom went in to pick out her cummies, she said, "Give me the pumpkin spice flavor." This fucking guy shouldn't exist.
Seem like things are somewhat coming apart at the seams.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube.
It seems like things are coming apart by the seams.
Ooh,
good one there, Poindexter.
So
fucking
a lot of
wordsmith, that guy.
There's a bunch of men in Hollywood accused of assault, and there's also politicians. So now there's Roy Moore.
Oh, this guy said
that's the Alabama guy, right?
Yeah, he had sex with a 14-year-old girl out in the woods. I think this is what he said in regards to it. He said the Virgin Mary was underage. It's like, what?
That's an interesting sort of.
Well, she
stretch
was a
right
virgin though, so nobody fucked her.
Exactly.
So
they were like, "Well, she was married to Joseph, anyways."
She was married to him, but according to the Bible, which he believes in, nobody was banging the Virgin Mary.
Yeah,
That's what made her a virgin.
Nobody tell him about the translation error then.
But if
that
you
might
ask,
upset him.
but if you ask Evan LeFavor, he'll tell you the real story.
Evan had to go back in time and beat cheeks.
It is kind of fucking stunning though that we've entered a time now when a politician gets like some sex scandal erupts. Like, did you have sex with a 14-year-old girl in the woods? Well, yeah, but so did God. It's like, I'm not even gonna try to say I didn't do that shit. Okay.
So Roy Moore just did an radio interview with Sean Hannity. I want to play a little bit of that, especially his reference to the woman who says that he assaulted her, sexually abused her when she was 14 years old.
I don't know Miss Corpman from
anybody. I've never.
This is the guy that ignored a bunch of questions and then got on an elevator and said, morality comes from God.
Okay, so he's not 32 now, right?
Or he said rights come from God or something.
Rights come from God.
No.
I don't live by the rights of man. My God fucked 14-year-olds, and I will too.
Talked to her, never had any contact with her. Allegations of sexual misconduct with her are completely false. I believe they're politically motivated. I believe they're brought only to stop a very successful campaign, and that's what they're doing. I've never known this woman or anything.
All right, so just a complete denial. He's never met her at all.
Yeah, didn't she contemporaneously tell somebody else about this at the time? I mean, what would her motivation be? I don't understand. Why would somebody tell somebody about a person who at the time was not somebody that anyone was trying to take down in an election, right? I mean, it doesn't really make sense that someone would just have told someone real time that this happened and then later on. I don't know. I'm not really following it, but you know.
I like her explanation.
I'm not following.
I'm not following. I don't understand. So wait, let me take 30 seconds to just. I'm fucking clueless. I don't get it. So
I do the same thing. I do it all the time.
Put the grass on the field and gave me the ball to play with. And
What's he going to do? He's portraying this as a sort of holy war. He's the Christian candidate. He's got the evangelical Christians behind him, and he's going to. And this is going to be the way that he plays it out.
Okay.
See, they don't have these problems. They don't have these problems in Saudi Arabia. You know, I mean, if you fuck a 14-year-old girl in the woods in Saudi Arabia, the most surprising thing about that is that you found some forest.
Yeah, it's true.
It's funny because it's true.
Teacher on leave after allegedly threatening student.
A local mother sends Fox 5 a video of what she says in a police report is a teacher threatening her child. It happened at Rockdale Career Academy.
Now, school leaders tell us that educator is now on administrative leave, but the mother doesn't believe that's enough. Fox 5's Marissa Mitchell spoke to her tonight.
I spoke with that mother, and she admits her son was acting up at the Rockdale Career Academy, but she also insists that that situation could have and should have been handled differently.
Whoa, her eyes just freaked me out.
Yeah, that was kind of all over the place.
Is she a lizard person?
I don't
know.
know.
I'm hurt, you know, I'm confused, like, what is going on?
A flood of emotions for the teen's mother, April Carr, after seeing this video on social media. She sent it to Fox 5. In the video, it shows a teacher angrily responding to her son, and Carr believes threatening him.
I'm dead serious, dude. You screw with me, you're going to be trouble, okay?
Big fucking trouble, okay?
Okay? That's how people like to get shot.
Oh, not cool, dude.
That's how some people like you.
Yeah,
you
not
get
cool.
shot.
I had a teacher, multiple teachers actually, try and fight me, like straight up try and fight me.
Really?
Yeah, I had teachers call their husbands in to pick a fight with me because I was an asshole kid. But like the difference is I just stood up and fucking called them punks, and I was like,
How is that even legal, though?
well, it's not legal, right? They're just I'm really good at getting under people's skins, especially when I was a punk ass little kid. And like these people would get in my face, I'd be like, you're a fucking adult. I'm a kid. You want to fight me? What if I kick your fucking ass, you get beat up by a kid, then how you feel?
Yeah.
It was funny, but I mean, I never took it to administration because, like, I don't give a shit. I'll fucking beat the shit out of a teacher. I was like 6'2".
I'll beat the shit out of
Hell yeah.
God damn.
Okay.
And it might be me.
And it might be me the one that does.
Whoa! Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a threat.
Yeah, this guy's a
An
fucking...
open and shut case right there.
This guy's a piece of shit. He's on administrative leave right now.
He's probably getting paid.
Well, if you look at, I mean, we saw his face there. If you look at him, like, he looks like the kind of guy. He's probably been like doing this shit for fucking 30 years. About 2 steps shy of blowing his own brains out anyway, probably.
He's probably got a hood and sheets in his closet. He's one of those.
I spent all goddamn day thinking about how much I hate you fucking kids and how much I hate your fucking parents and how much I hate myself. And oh, I got a bunch of guns. You know what I'm going to do in an age of cell phones? I'm going to tell a teenager that if he doesn't stop fucking with me, I'm going to put a bullet in his head.
Yeah.
Oh, this is why we need to get
hold
rid of
on,
teachers
man.
unions.
He said somebody might do it, and it might end up being. Come on.
There's probably going to
It's
be a
horrible.
mob hit, honestly.
It's absolutely horrible. And in the video, you can tell he's angry. He's definitely angry. He's not joking.
A Rockdale County Sheriff's Office report says it is physics teacher Paul Hagan.
If you're frustrated, then pull him out of the class. Wait, till another class period. Let yourself calm down. Then you pull him to the side and you talk to him. But you don't threaten his life.
Carr says,
or talk shit to the kid, like yell at the kid, but don't fucking threaten him. Like if you're a teacher and you're like, "What are you doing? You're a dumb piece of shit" type thing. I'm okay with that, but don't fucking say the kid's gonna get shot and bring in his socioeconomic situation where people like him do get shot regularly, and then bring it up to him and throw it in his face, and then say you're gonna be the perpetrator. Like fuck, dude.
You know the correct threat to make in when he was all pissed off would have been, especially because now we've seen the interview with his mother, and one thing we know about her is she's a fucking nurse, probably a hospital nurse. Now, I've organized unions of those ladies before. The worst possible threat that guy could have said is, if you keep this up, I'm going to tell your mother. Because, god damn, I mean, can you imagine pissing that woman off? Like, if that's your mom's, you go home.
I'm going to call your mom.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was acting out. I was acting a fool. What do you want me to do? Anything, please. Because she'd have probably whooped the shit out of him. But now she's pissed with the teacher because, like, he didn't, he just took the wrong option, man. All you had to do was call his mom. That'd have been 10 times worse.
Mama.
Yeah, the 10 times worse than threatening to put a goddamn bullet in his head.
I found the hockey coach freak out.
Shit.
So here it is. Hey, it contains graphic language. Just warning.
Oh no!
And they're gonna beat up Green Mountain. I want to see you sticking your hands.
This is Charlie Day.
And working them like a
Always Sunny.
puppet. I want you controlling these motherfuckers like they ain't been controlling in their life. Because you know what I'm gonna do out there?
I feel like I could win this hockey game. I don't even know how to play hockey, but I'm feeling really confident right now.
They feel it almost looks like they're awkwardly laughing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch the warm up. It's gonna be a good warm up. A lot of jam, and then you're gonna beat up Green Mountain. God damn it! I have no idea where I'm heading with this, but I want to see you beat up Green Mountain. Green Mountain. Their coaches. Their wives. Friends, I don't care about them. We're gonna beat them up so bad.
This guy watched Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
And totally forgot the dialogue.
Yeah, he was trying to just give an inspiring speech.
And failed miserably. He should be fired, but just because of how much he failed to give an inspiring speech. I don't care if he's like, you're going to go out there, you're going to make every kid suck your dick until Tuesday because you own their mouths, you own their lives.
Holy shit.
Like if it is some gangster shit.
You should coach the Bad News Bears, man.
Yes! Give me some kids and I'll fucking turn them into warriors.
It does sound though like he fell asleep, like he fell asleep just watching Narcos or some shit. Woke up, remember he had to be a hockey coach. Gets halfway into it, like we're gonna win, we're gonna have a great warm up, and then we're gonna go and find their fucking mothers, and we're gonna kill their mothers, and we're gonna find their children's schools, and we're gonna burn them to the ground. Fuck that. Oh, sorry.
I'd be all for that if it was inspirational. This guy's admitting he's fucking up during the speech. Last thing you want to do in a room full of prepubescent kids.
What he needs to do is he needs to start giving them the same bumps of speed he takes before the game. That way they can all just get really spun out together.
Yeah,
you can't give kids drugs anymore, dude.
Damn it.
It becomes like
Adderall.
Why give the kids Adderall? I'd trade them weed for Adderall, then take the Adderall to the colleges and make my fucking money.
They're gonna be wishing they never came to Breckenridge. Let's go!
So he got fired for that.
He should get fired. It was a shitty speech.
No.
It was a shitty speech. He should have done better. He should have done way better.
I will laugh my ass off though. If he
It was a
like,
garbage
next Tony
inspirational
Robbins.
speech.
Just comes up as a motivational.
That guy's not even
speaker at
basking in
TEDx
Robbins.
one day.
Fuck Tony Robbins.
You're a piece of shit. I love that speech. That was a great.
You like that speech? No. This is why you were on the losing team, Ben. That's why the Mighty Ducks beat you in '93, Ben.
The Bad News Bears beat the Mighty Ducks.
Oh shit!
No,
That was an interesting Bo Jackson style event. No. All right, somebody remembers Bo Jackson. Thank God. I'm like out of my element with these young fuckers.
Double sports stars: Deion Sanders versus Bo Jackson.
Yeah, baseball and football. But Bo Jackson got taken out before his time because he got his hip shattered.
Poor Bo. Remember when Michael Jordan played baseball for a season?
He didn't even play AAA. He played like AA.
Oh, he went to the. He was on the White Sox.
He was on their practice roster, but he never played a game for.
I had a rookie card for him on the White
He did.
Sox.
Yeah, but he never played a game.
You got to admit though, when like the greatest basketball player on earth at the time decides he's going to go and play another sport, and then he still does better than you probably could, you're like, fuck you, buddy.
Oh yeah, well he was an extraordinary athlete, but he wasn't good enough at baseball to play like at the top of his game.
I mean, I'm morbidly obese. I'm not expected to be good at baseball or basketball, so I don't think it's an accoutrement to fucking Michael Jordan that he sucked at baseball. Like that, just because he's better than me at baseball, I can still call him a fuck ass. If he wants to sit down and have a pie eating contest, I'll whoop his ass.
He could have been great. He could have been great at baseball, and you
He
could still
wasn't.
call him that. No, he wasn't. But I'm saying he could have been. You'd still call him a fuck ass, and then challenge him to a pie eating contest.
No, I'm calling him a fuck ass because I think his father was murdered because he didn't pay his gambling debts.
His father was murdered, and
I think it was because he didn't pay his gambling debts.
He retired twice before he ended up. So I think he retired a total of 3 times. I could be wrong on that. Could have just been 2.
Yeah.
I know he came back. He came back and played for the Wizards because he owned their team.
Yeah.
Here's a kind of a strange news story. 15 pounds of frozen Italian sausage crashes down on a family's roof.
Like from an
Deerfield
airplane?
Beach was awakened by a loud noise over the weekend, and in the morning they discovered this, a meat mystery.
Okay.
It was quite the sausage surprise, they said. We're talking.
Oh, she likes the sausage surprise.
She's had a sausage surprise before. You think she has a sausage surprise? Like she's a trap? She's got a big old, big old saucy. I wouldn't be surprised.
Bold cheekbones, you know.
Is this Blair White versus Red Pill Black?
Packs of meat were found all around the home.
But exactly where did this mystery meat come from? Local 10 News reporter Nikki Mohan is on the case for us, and she is live now in Deerfield Beach with more to help us find the link to the sausage surprise.
What a pun.
There's a lot of places we could go with this one, and they swear they're not hamming it up for publicity.
Stop it.
God, how many?
Stop.
We need a counter though. We need like a ticker counter here to count the number of shitty puns that are going to come out of this woman.
They said in the middle of Saturday night, like 4 in the morning, they heard a loud thud on their roof. They didn't quite know what it was, but they said the impact was loud, and the next day what they saw was even quite smelly.
Is this the part of the roof where it fell through?
I don't think it fell through.
It was loud.
Oh,
It was like thunder. It awakened me out of a sleep.
Travis Adair and his family were shaken out of bed by a loud thud on their roof early Saturday morning.
Next morning, we got up, found 2 packages of sausage on our side yard, and then we were like, okay, well, we got to...
Look at this caption, like...
Sausage fell on house.
Sausage fell on house.
Go on the roof and check and see if we can find
Cloudy
more of
with
this
a
stuff.
chance of meatballs.
And sure enough, there was 3 more packages.
Yes, you heard right. Sausages.
Wow,
Frozen
I thought I heard that
Italian
wrong.
pork sausages. 15 pounds of it. Wrapped in a bag marked William Land Service, a land clearing company in Alabama. The family was baffled. Who, what, and where did it come from, and why on their roof? Son Austin called the company.
I called them, and the guy had no idea what I was
Trebuchets.
talking about and probably thought I was crazy.
He sent them these pictures and haven't heard back, so they started coming up with their own theories.
I thought possibly it had fallen from a plane. I thought possibly
It would have
was something to
fucking
do
went
with
through the
dr-
roof or splattered.
It
if
would have
fell
been
from a plane.
porking right through the roof.
Well, that's just...
I hate you. Oh no. I bet someone had a catapult, like a meat
No, that's
catapult.
what I was just thinking trebuchet. I'm thinking it's got to be a meat trebuchet. Those, you know,
I don't know what that word is.
Oh, it's like a catapult except better. You know, it's
Did you
better
make
than
this
most
up?
things. No, it's a real goddamn thing. It's a siege engine.
I've never heard of it.
It can hurl a boulder to like the size of 2 of you, clear into a fortified castle wall. They've been doing it. It's the counterweight thing, but they're really popular with the kids these days. You know, I mean, fidget spinners were a thing over the summer, and then everyone got bored of them, so now everyone's on to trebuchets. And I have a feeling that's how this arrived there. It's a real goddamn thing, Billy. I'll send you a fucking link.
None whatsoever. I have no idea. Possibly North Koreans.
What if this is like a mafia? It's Italian sausage. It's like they couldn't get the horse head in the bed. They're lazy, so they're just throwing Italian sausage on the roof to say they're about to get hit.
This gives new meaning to bringing home the bacon, doesn't it?
Fucking hate you.
Whatever the reason, they'd really like to know.
I would love to know what really happened.
You've been marked for death, woman.
So odd.
That's putting it lightly. Now they're the talk of the neighborhood. No one else. This happened to no one else. They said maybe it's a plane, maybe it's a drone, maybe some kids playing a prank. They simply want to know what happened. If you think you have any idea you could help them solve their meat mystery, we put a link on our website, local10.com. Live in Deerfield Beach, Nikki Mohan, Local 10 News.
Okay, Nikki.
Is he going to make
the? Have a good sense of humor about this. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's sausage.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You must have another pun for this one.
I think I used them all in
She
there.
did too. I was so let down. I wanted another pun. Didn't get it.
I was waiting for the "when pigs fly" pun.
Oh.
I was waiting for somebody to use it, and I'm like,
fuck did they miss that? Holy shit.
Because they're not clever, they're pathetic, and they use shitty fucking sausage link puns the entire time. Didn't have that witty fucking humor that only I can bring to the table. Hire me, News Channel 7, for your sausage link needs.
Sausage related news stories.
Yeah.
We were gonna cover the events in Aleppo today, but unfortunately, there's more sausages showing up on people's roofs. Call Billy quick. We need at least 12 puns for the ticker.
What'd you call it? A trebuchet or the trebuchet? Like
trebuchet.
We should get a trebuchet. We should all make one. Like everybody watching, everybody, and we should just start shooting sausages and porks on people's roofs. It's like a new thing. It's like the new planking.
Yeah,
cool, dude.
You know, you're Jimmy Deaning your buddies. You find out like the angle and the pitch and the distance, and then you hurl a whole fucking tin of breakfast sausage, maybe the mild, maybe the hot, depends on your mood. Gets out to your friends, and they know they've been Jimmy Deaned.
How do you make a skirmisher or whatever you called it?
Skirmisher.
Skirmisher.
Well, you need to get. It's helpful if you can have a healthy contingent of conscripts from the slums outside of Paris. That's you start there, and then you build them outside of the walls.
You're fucking with me, right?
Castle. Billy, look in the side. Look in the Skype chat.
I don't have Skype chat. We're doing a show here.
Oh, he sent one in.
Oh, skirmisher. You got the picture of the skirmisher.
He can't
There's
see
a
what
link to the skirmisher worker website there. It's fine. Yeah, and you'll get to see how wonderful these things. It's basically like if a catapult.
Yeah, it's a catapult.
Why don't we just call it a catapult?
Because it's a trebuchet.
No, it's not. It's a catapult.
No, it's a fucking trebuchet.
Is that French for catapult? Did you make up this?
I don't speak French. Yeah, I made it up before I put the Wikipedia entry up.
If you're using the French word for catapult instead of catapult, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. This is inappropriate. This is highly inappropriate.
Slap the shit out of you. Well, he's not here, unfortunately.
Slap the shit out of sausage launched by a trebuchet. How you like that?
Trebuchet.
I will build a trebuchet and shoot the sausage to New Hampshire.
Oh, perfect.
Worst.
Okay, well, that's enough puns.
I hate myself now.
No, that's that. You rounded it out. See, that was a good climax. Was it good for you?
I hated it. I feel dirty. This is what Louis C.K. must feel like
every day of his life.
Embarrassing.
I'll tell you what. You know what? You know what? I know someone I can report for sexual harassment. Someone who continuously took their clothes off in front of me and tried to trick me into seeing them naked. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I told my mom about that.
I was like, I think we have a sexual deviant on our hands.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to warn her.
So I'm just gonna make sure I'm sure it's not me, but I just
No,
wanna
it's
make
not you.
sure.
It's Jeff Holiday.
Oh, it's Jeff. Yeah, no, that'll happen.
All right. Here's an interesting one. Here's some recent Guinness World Records that were set.
Trebuchet lives do matter, by the way.
This is crazy. So this is the tallest upward basketball shot. It was 50 feet and 1 inch. I believe a regulation basketball hoop is only 10 feet.
Is he a Harlem Globetrotter?
I don't know, but watch this shit. It's crazy how high up it is. I wonder how many times he tried it before he got it.
I think you're only allowed like 2 attempts to get record.
Yeah, he might be a Harlem Globetrotter because he's wearing.
He's a Harlem Globetrotter.
Look at this shit.
No.
This would make me want to puke.
I do this to women with my penis. With consent.
Whoa.
His spine's got to be made of like just killing at this point.
I imagine this does something to his sphincter muscles too. He could probably shoot a ping pong ball like a trebuchet.
What and this guy, this? Yeah, this guy made basically like almost like Iron Man's jet gloves or whatever. Yeah.
Gloves or just a?
Well, he has a pack too.
Okay.
Yeah, he's navigating.
The new fastest speed for a body-controlled jet engine power suit.
I wonder how long it can fly for. The big thing about it is having enough energy to maintain the length of flight, like mixed in with speed too. That's what's holding us back from having little fucking jetpacks. They just can't have enough energy to power them for longer than like 15 minutes, I think is what they're at.
Yeah,
how long? I need to know. And I'm too fat for these anyways. I actually hate that I'm fat now because I can't fly. I want to fly.
You're like your whole life. You're like, yeah, I'm comfortable being fat. I'll just get fat or whatever. Fucking jetpacks. Nobody told me
didn't have jetpacks when I was getting fat.
If I'd have known.
You're like the spruce goose of jetpacks.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
I would become an atomic bomb. Something would fuck up and I would explode and take out like an entire city with me.
You'd look like a fucking Overwatch character is what would happen. You just show up with this like hulking mass of technology on your back. Everyone's like, "Can you stand?" I really can't wait to take off.
How many helium
it's like watching the shuttle take off.
We should make a sequel to Up.
I want to know how many normal-sized helium balloons it would take to float. To get Billy to float off the ground.
Do we have any like physicists or engineers out there that can figure this out? Is there some engineers out there? Make the number of balloons, then we'll set up a fucking a fundraiser with the kids. We'll do like sell cookies for balloons or something.
What do you think? Like tens of thousands? Like how many? I don't know how. I don't know how much weight the average helium balloon by itself could
I
lift.
would imagine at least like 10,000 balloons.
Well, you know, that can make this. This is going to turn into one of those guess how many jelly beans are in the jar scenarios, and you guys could even actually maybe put it up as like a patron bonus, like a new thing, organizing an event, float Billy the fridge like a house. How many balloons will it take if you get the closest guest gets a free a free T-shirt?
People are saying they can figure it out. They just need to know how much you weigh.
Let's say, I'm not sure how much I weigh. Let's say about 500 pounds. That might be a little more, but it also, I doubt it's less, but I don't know. Let's say 500 pounds just to be safe.
Okay.
Let's say 500 pounds. Like, I don't know how much, what does a balloon carry? Like, I think I've seen a balloon carry a pencil. Yeah. What's a pencil weigh? Like, what? That's not, oh shit. Oh shit. We got our fucking in-house.
We need to float Billy.
Okay, actually, it turns out 1 liter of helium can lift a gram of matter. So all you have to do is calculate your weight in grams.
28 grams is an ounce, and 16 ounces is a pound.
People are saying about 5,000 helium balloons
That's all?
could lift you.
All right, well, let's take a look here, because 453.6 grams equals 1 pound. So if we multiply that by 500, right? Well, what I'm getting here is that 226,800 liters of helium would be required for that lift.
So 226,000 pounds?
I don't know how
or balloons.
much helium a balloon would hold, though.
Yeah, fuck, dude.
Plus, there's the weight of the balloon itself, too, right? I mean, I don't know.
And it has to be helium. We can't just strap a hot air balloon on me, right?
No, yeah. I'm talking about, like, constructing something that straps onto you that's connected to, like, a ton of...
We should make a movie called Fucked Up.
Yeah, but
it's
actually,
like up but fucked up.
I think that's what's saying though is you weigh 226,000. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so you weigh 226,800 grams if you're 500 pounds. And so 1 liter.
But if
helium
one
to lift a
balloon,
gram.
1 liter holds a gram, then we need that many fucking liters. Like how many liters is in a balloon now?
And it says divide that by 14, and you have the average size of a balloon. Don't forget to include the weight of the chair. So
a balloon is 14 liters?
Well, this brings it to 16,000, right? So this brings it to 16,000. So to lift 500 pounds of matter using helium balloons, with the average weight being 1 liter to 1 gram, you would need 16,200 balloons to turn you into the house from up.
I think that's reasonable.
Turn you into the house from up.
Now's people watching at home because we don't want to sit here with this fucking math segment forever. Just somebody figure out how much that costs to make that many balloons and tweet it at fucking me or DP, and we'll come back at some other time with all these balloons, and I'll fly away into the cosmos.
Okay, I actually have some articles. That's one thing we're going to start doing more on the show is reading articles because when we look for videos, they're usually mostly just about Trump. And I'm tired of covering Trump. So
yeah.
So here's a good one. Suspects overwhelming gas shuts down interrogation. A police interrogation of a Kansas City man charged with drug and gun offenses ended prematurely when an investigator was driven from the room by the suspect's excessive flatulence.
That was so on purpose, too.
A detective reported that when he asked for his address, 24-year-old Sean Sykes Jr. leaned to one side of his chair and released a loud fart before answering.
The Kansas City Star reports that Sykes continued to be flatulent, and the detective was forced to quickly end the interview. Sykes appeared in court on Monday charged with being a felon in possession of 3 firearms and possession with intent to sell cocaine. I wonder where the farts came from then. The charges stem from police traffic stops this month in September in Kansas City.
They came from his butt.
Acid farts are the worst that I've ever experienced. Like,
well, I mean, maybe when I'm just lit on the China or something, I don't notice that. It's like, wow, I'm ripping farts. Who gives a fuck? What are we doing next?
The worst smell I can remember is meth dumps. When somebody on meth takes a dump after like their 7-day stretch, it's just pure butane murder. It's the worst.
So, so he's probably pretty spun when he's sitting there. That is a brilliant thing, though. I don't know if you guys have ever been through police interrogations.
No. Oh, no, never been through anything.
I've been interrogated like.
I've been like detained and questioned, but I've never been like locked up. And,
I've never locked up. I've never been in a cellar or anything. But I remember
even when you're detained though, just to have that perfect fucking home run fart on deck. That would be so. I'd just be like, you got you in cuffs, you sit you on the curb to ask you questions. You're like, oh, this is gonna be brilliant. Just hold on.
Like, are you not allowed to fart? Is it against the law to fart?
No, it's not against the law.
It's just it goes from being funny to brilliant.
I think they should stop body shaming this guy because he had to let one rip.
They had to leave the room. They couldn't handle it.
Well, why is this a news article?
He's got to sell cocaine for a living, so clearly, like, his diet's probably not that good. He's probably like, hand to mouth every day. He's probably eating nothing but Taco Bell and KFC for all you know. Show up
Face
there.
Of bearded
shit.
Face of bearded Jesus spotted on a fish, which now has stream of fans queuing up to pose for selfies with it. You can see it here.
Oh, that's not Jesus.
That's TJ.
It's just TJ.
Is that a TJ fish? That's what it looks like to me.
Is this part of that whole TJ DNA check thing you were mentioning earlier? Because I think it's getting a little out of hand here.
It's cross species breeding is what they're doing now.
Well, I didn't, I couldn't, I was in town, didn't find a girl to, spend the night with, jumped into a koi pond, and next thing I know, I'm getting child support orders from
hashtag TJ fucked a fish.
If TJ was like, yeah, I fucked a fish, what's it to you? And then there was a little TJ fish, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be like, yeah, whatever.
A fish that some people claim bears the face of a bearded Jesus has a stream of fans lining up for selfies. Helen Barlow was visiting a garden center when she noticed koi carp Carl and snapped some photos to send her 4-year-old grandson Harry. But when she got home, the 55-year-old saw something unusual in Carl's markings. After posting the picture online, Helen from Greater Manchester has been inundated with people recognizing the fish's face.
That's a neck beard. That's not Jesus. That's definitely a neck beard.
That's a homeless bloke what lives downstairs. Yeah, no, it's like she saw the face of a worried-looking homeless guy, and she's like, the Lord has spoken to me. It's like you can see that every day. Fuck it. Some people see it and they're toast.
TJ fucked a fish, and this is his illegitimate baby.
Damn.
Yeah. Because
a man has needs, dude. That's all I'm gonna say. A man has needs.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy, TJ.
Well, I mean, maybe now we know why he, just took back off to Louisiana. He's like, well, how many crayfish kids I got back there?
Many said the markings resembled Jesus and dubbed the fish the son of God.
Oh, God, that's
While
so bad.
Others insist the face is the spitting image of Donald Trump or Spanish football coach Rafael Benitez. We can't get away from Donald Trump. We tried, guys.
It's not Donald. It looks nothing like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Donald Trump doesn't have a beard.
It smells a little bit like Hillary, but it looks nothing like Donald Trump.
Yeah, but who's the Fishman character from Hellboy?
I'm not sure.
Abe Sapien?
Abe Sapien, that's it. Like, I'd look at that and I'd say, Abe Sapien, holy shit. Instead, they're like, it's Jesus or Trump, clearly. Oh. Like, hey, let me grab like a couple of my ex-girlfriends. I'll bring them over and see if they see their dad in that fish. Because apparently people just project whatever they want to.
Florida woman on horseback charged with DUI. A Florida woman may have to pony up after police busted her for riding a horse down a busy highway while intoxicated. Polk County police arrested 53-year-old Donna Byrne and charged her with drunk driving after multiple drivers called 911 to report a woman on a horse was hoofing it down the highway. Who writes this shit?
That's not... You don't drive a horse, though.
Oh, faces of meth over here. She would have got a DUI sleeping. Her face is buckled.
Yep.
She looks like the Better Beer Face guy. Remember those commercials?
Yes.
Wow.
I can't even do my face like him, but this broad, she's like Gollum's mom. She is Gollum's gross.
Mom, actually, yeah. It's just, it's the unmasked Black Rider. Actually, this is like the direct servant of Sauron.
She had a blood alcohol level of 0.16, so she was double.
She knows how to party.
Oh, wow.
I just, I'm wondering, do you think she took the horse to the bar or wherever she was driving with the thought of like, well, I can't get another DUI, so I'm just not going to take the car.
And she was drunk, and so she probably had a car there, but she went to go do the breathalyzer on the car, and the car wouldn't start. So she whips out the horse's breathalyzer, and the horse started, and then she rode home. It's fine. It's a drunk thing. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, those breathalyzer machines mounted to the necks of horses all over.
Byrne was charged with DUI and animal neglect for endangering and failing to provide proper protection for the horse. So she got hit with 2 charges.
Animal neglect.
How much you want to bet that was?
I was with him the whole time.
How much you want to bet that was an add-on charge because she was difficult with them? They're like, all right, fuck you, charge you with the animal neglect too.
Probably.
But people are serious about animals these days. You know, 40 years ago, she could have been like, I don't know, beating the shit out of the horse. They'd be like, it's your property, no big deal.
It says here that she has a prior criminal history that includes 5 felonies and 10 misdemeanors, consisting of cruelty to animals, drug possession, probation violation, and criminal traffic.
Criminal traffic. Yeah.
It was criminal that she was riding the horse in traffic.
Waka waka.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, no, that lady.
She's just riding home to the trailer park looking like Rooster fucking Cogburn at the end of it.
She's lived her life. She shouldn't be out in public anymore.
Well, you know, it's funny too. Like, you know, yeah, as fugly as she was, how much you want to bet when she was younger, she looked just kind of skanky and trashy, and was able to get in just with every hick drug dealer in the area just to amass that wonderful resume she has. I can see it.
Probably.
All right, so now we're going to do a 10-minute Streamlabs segment where you can send in comments and questions to us, and then after this, actually, I'll pause it for a second here.
We'll give you all a little time to catch up.
Also, there's going to be some new content from DP that's going to start being on Twitch because we're getting partnered on Twitch, so we won't be able to simulcast anymore.
Did Onision and Corpse Midget smoke crack, have a baby, and then leave him under a bridge for 30 years? Like, where did you guys find this guest? Also, 1 year removed, I spent my day off watching Drunken Peasants' historic 2016 election coverage.
He's been on the show before. He's friends with Jeff Holiday, everyone's favorite guest on the show, guest host on the show.
Him and Jeff do a little podcast on the side called YouTube Saints.
Yep.
It's a good one. Fun time on Sunday nights.
We'll have to get Jeff back on soon.
Yeah. Well, when I told him I was doing it tonight, he's like, "Oh, okay, that's why they didn't ask."
Scotty's.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well.
Thanks for the $5.
Yeah.
Matt Johnson, you're
Scotty's
great.
not here, so, you know, maybe say it to his face. I don't know.
Or do $10 and we'll text it to Scotty.
Yeah, you know what?
No. Just ran some quick math looking up the price on Amazon. You'd need just over $1,200, not accounting shipping, helium, or damaged balloons. Do it.
Wow, they just want us to float you.
Not including helium?
But we would need to...
Well, you can get helium, I think, relatively cheap.
Well, I mean, if it's not counting helium, that number doesn't matter. The helium is what we need.
That buys you a really nice. That buys you a whole bunch of balloons and a really nice chair.
Wow, thank you. We rarely get to watch the show live. Take my money, you magnificent bastards / horrible cunts. Thank you.
I'm gonna guess that
with the 20 money.
Cunts of the world unite.
Horrible cunts unite.
I think I'm not making that joke. Cunts united.
Okay, there's work on the helium.
Oh, that's for you, Billy.
Skull Crusher. What were the reasons, Skull Crusher? Was it the $5? Was it $50 was butt sex? I'm confused. I'm so confused. Oh, jeez.
Trying to work his way up.
Last episode, the guy said $50 and he would, his girl was going to let him put it in his butt.
Oh,
Billy,
Matt
show us the
Johnson.
Willy, Billy. All right, Matt. Ben's out of the room so I can get away with whipping out Willie. 1 sec.
There we go. Seeking ye shall receive, I suppose.
Smoke weed every day.
See, it was a bit of a tease. Fairy Seraphim. Fucked up is good, but I prefer One Flew Over the Waffle House. That was $5 well spent.
Yeah, I like that too, Fairy Seraphim. Fucked up, a.k.a. One Flew Over the Waffle House. I don't think we can get fucked up past through like the censors for titling movies. I know you can't put curses in your titles for like iTunes and stuff.
Yeah.
So One Flew Over the Waffle House is good. So I wonder,
how long it would take to teach a horse to drive. That woman would have been able to get away with it if she had a little ingenuity.
That's true. Designated driver. You had him there the whole time. Just happened to be a horse.
While you were gone, Ben, I showed my Willie. Somebody asked me to show it for $5.
I always just happen to miss it.
Yeah.
You got another $5? I'm sure he'd be looking out for you again.
Favorite Doom album? MF Doom? I like the one he did with Food. You're talking about MF Doom?
I'm thinking so.
Yeah. But yeah, the 24-hour show was fun. We should do a 72-hour show.
Here's the history of that word, and it is derived from French, meaning to throw over.
Yep, the word trebuchet is derived from the old French word trebuchet, meaning to throw over. So maybe catapult was just some funny word we came up with on our own, and trebuchet is the actual goddamn name of it.
Catapult obviously was somebody had a trebuchet and they were using it to fucking launch cats, and they thought it was hilarious and it was cruelty to animals. But this is back when people were cool.
Looks like catapult does also have French origins. The word catapult.
With a full tank of freedom, we ride into the sunset.
The Latin word is catapulta.
Catapulta.
And French is a Latin derived language.
So what this is telling me then is that, you know, the French have just for a very long time enjoyed hurling big shit at other people's houses using clever little things you build in science class. Victoria donates $5. If Christmas were to someday be completely separated from Christianity, do you think it will get a name change? If so, what would you want Christmas to be called?
Why would it need a name change? It basically is separated from Christianity already, right?
But it does have Christ, Mass, like, you know. But I don't care.
But it was just a rebranding of pagan holidays, anyways.
Yeah,
so
Midwinter Festival of Lights is a little gummy.
Okay, Skull Crusher. I remember now. Thanks for the other $5. I'm not going to beat you up twice as hard this time. Why I yada. Put 'em up. Put 'em up.
Skull Crusher just ended up somehow
You're the
being
lion.
that badass rapper.
I'm the cowardly lion.
Put 'em up.
Put 'em up. Put 'em up.
Skull Crusher, have you ever actually put out a YouTube rap album? I'm just curious.
Skull Crusher?
Yeah, well, Billy here's you've been on a kick about you're trying to get around beating people up. I'm just wondering if maybe Skull Crusher's showing up and throwing you $5 to get your attention, so you can get that collab opportunity.
I think I said if he didn't send $5, I would beat him up.
No.
Ben, do you want to see my willy? Ben, can I show you my willy, Ben? Ben, do you mind if I masturbate in front of you? That's my Louis C.K. impression. Like,
just gonna run around next October beating off in public, and that's like, what are you? Well, I'm just doing Halloween all month long.
One didn't come through. It has to do with the Russian word that they called me the last time. I didn't get their reference. Malicious data, whatever your name is. Yeah, I guess I'll check it out. I'm sorry that your thing didn't show up.
What was the Russian name?
I can't pronounce it. They have it written in Cyrillic.
Nostrovia.
Just suka.
We're gonna have to get like a jar of pickles and a bottle of vodka one day and go fucking full on commie stream.
I'll do that. Dude, let's go to the Lenin statue.
Yeah. Fremont, baby. The New York City meetup.
It's going to happen, but it's probably going to happen maybe like
2018.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
No, it's not going to happen before Christmas and stuff.
A trebuchet is a type of catapult. Other types of catapults include things I can't pronounce. I'm going to pronounce wrong. So, it's
some people are saying a catapult is not a trebuchet.
But a trebuchet is a catapult, maybe. I don't know. Happy Observe Veterans Day, guys. I just blew $3,000 on a fucking FN Scar 17 7.62 by 51 millimeter motherfucker.
What is that?
It sounds like
it's
a gun.
A very nice rifle. It's a nice rifle. And it's expensive, clearly. I don't know what.
I don't know. I think $3,000 is cheap to be able to mow down a field of humans.
Add this.
Hooray! I'm going to fly, Mother! I'm going to fly high in the sky. Well, you fucked up. I'm going to write a Disney fucking song for this movie. You fucked up. You told the fans you had some plans to fly. They bought balloons and sent you to the sky. You fucked up.
I'm liking where this is going, man.
All right. 6 a.m. here in Finland. Haven't slept a lot at all, but get to watch DP live. Love your new album, Billy.
Yeah. Glad you're enjoying it. Billy the Fridge Ill. You can listen to it on Spotify for free $99. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
What was that? What was that video you filmed where you fell down the stairs?
Hey, you guys, I'm the one who said the Wizard of Oz looked like he is Onision's dad. After being considered a part of the cancerous chat, I've decided to kill myself. See you in hell. Hey, Bailey Odom. I don't believe in hell, so if you kill yourself, you're going to be lonely in a dark place.
I just
Please
hope
don't.
one exists now because I mean I really want to meet this dude. Sounds like a, it sounds like a quite the fella.
I was watching a recent episode of Young Sheldon on CBS.
Where the fuck did you find this hobo guest, and when will he stop drunkenly rambling? Can him and Jeff please go back to living on the sidewalk? Damn.
How great would it be if
Airbnb situation? I don't live there.
you and Jeff should like move in together, and by move in I mean go find a nice warm sidewalk somewhere and just make that be the home of the YouTube Saints.
It could be
that was that was pretty much exactly what the end of VidCon was. we just sat out on the sidewalks just smoking cigarettes and drinking brown bagging.
It could
just
be like
irritating passersby. It was great.
a modern day reboot of Perfect Strangers. You remember that show?
Yeah. Balky and Larry Appleton. Balky Bartokomous and Larry Appleton.
Yeah.
Now here's the trip though. What was that film that Balky did where he was like a psychic and he was running around with that douchebag from Night Court? Anyone remember
Harry?
that one?
Yeah, I remember Night Court.
Yeah,
Night Court was a great show.
Oh, it was.
I used to watch Harry Anderson. I used to watch a hell out of Night Court. Bull.
I can't remember. I think Bull and
David
Harry,
Arquette.
Yeah, he played the. Yeah, was it David Arquette? He's the tall lawyer.
No, it was John Larroquette. My bad.
John Larroquette. That's him,
I blew that one. Tom Chesterman with the big $10 love. Love you too, Mike.
So we're gonna let the stragglers come through, and then we're gonna move on with the show. The guy who was the judge in Night Court, I think his last name was
Harry Anderson.
Yeah, Harry Anderson. That
he's from Washington State. He was in the original It, the made for TV It.
What was his name? Jimmy. I'm shitty with the names, but yeah, he was the kid who grew up to be the comedian. And that's what everyone complains about now. They're like, then Anderson's just there with his shitty fucking jokes.
Also, guys, George Foreman is a grill.
Yeah, we
you
knew
fucking
that.
idiots.
Didn't we say that?
You said he was some sort of boxer. You dumbasses. It's a grill.
Yeah, it was a grill sponsored by a boxer from the 70s, 80s, and actually he wrestled.
That.
He won the championship in the 90s when he was like 40 years old.
When was the Rumble in the Jungle?
That was in the 70s, I believe.
Was it 70s?
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was early 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't believe that anyone thinks George Foreman is just a grill. I don't. I mean, unless they're like 10.
You think that was a troll?
I'm not a grill, not yet a foreman.
If you don't know about George Foreman and like you're familiar at all with anything in the world that's happened, and all you know is like he makes a panini press. No.
What? You just made up a new word. What'd you say? Panini? Padooty? What was that word you just said?
Panini.
Quit making up words, dude.
The homeless guy, the homeless-looking guy here knows what a trebuchet is and knows what it means when you press a sandwich on a grill.
Grilled cheese.
Exactly. The best grilled cheese ever. And you can put other things in with your cheese.
peninsula. That gets you every time. Jump scares get you. Yeah. We could create some classic jump scares.
Every time I jump scare, I poop.
What's this, like the entirety of the horror genre now, isn't it?
Oh. Okay. Space Oddity by David Bowie, a cappella cover. You ready?
Yeah, this sounds great.
Yeah.
Oh!
Ground control to Major Tom.
Why does he look like he has
Ground
jaundice?
Control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on.
You know how TJ's talking about making a movie, right?
Yeah.
Let's make it Willy Wonka remake. And TJ plays Willy Wonka. Corpse Midget comes out and plays every Oompa Loompa green screened. I'll be Augustus Gloop. Bay, you could be the kid with the fucking cowboy guns and shit.
What was his name? Mike TV?
Mike TV, yeah. You could be Mike TV.
Ground control to Major Tom.
No! Shut up.
7, 6. Commencing countdown engines on. 5.
Oh,
He must have sung this to his steering wheel so many times that he's convinced he
The
knows what it
steering
sounds
wheel?
like.
You think his feet can reach the pedals?
What's he got, a fucking
You
Power
think-
Wheels?
Yeah.
Little stilts.
He's rolling in his Barbie luxury car.
Like him.
What do you mean people like him?
Whoa.
What are you trying to say?
Midgets.
Whoa.
Midgets
Wrong.
is what I'm saying. people with TJ dick legs, basically. Okay. You still gotta drive to work, right? Yeah, you're handicapped. The world's not cutting you any slack.
With you. 2, 1. Lift off. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made it great, and the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control.
So I just last time Corpse Midget was on, we went and did an after show where we played Higher or Lower, and we fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Is tonight's post show going to be us doing karaoke because Corpse Midget? No.
I'm gonna need a lot more beer for that.
Oh, I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in the most peculiar way.
Stop
and
it!
The stars look very different today. For here.
Is he reading the lyrics?
Yes.
Of course he is. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no. Am I sitting in a tin can?
Sing for me, Corpsy. Sing for me.
Above the world.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Planet Earth is blue.
I wonder if he's gonna
and
clap at the
there's
clapping
nothing
part.
I
We get to see
can
his little
do.
hands. Oh no! Clap. Dun 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 dun. No.
Though I'm past 100,000 miles, I'm feeling
You dropped the ball, Corpse Midge.
And I
Wouldn't
think my
clapping violate the
spaceship
rule
knows.
of it being a cappella? Yeah,
What
this
about
is an
it?
a cappella.
I don't know.
He's not
Don't they
just
snap
covering
in
the
a
song.
cappella
He's-
groups?
He's a one-man a cappella band right now. If he starts clapping, all of a sudden he's got percussion. That violates the rules.
Knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much. She knows. Ground control to Major Tom. Your circus dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom?
No, they can't hear you because you're talking to your fucking hand.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Corpsy, come on, man.
Tom, can you hear me,
Buddy.
Major Tom? Can you hear?
Carrying that note.
We need this guy to sing the hook on your next track.
Honestly, if we could buy Corpse Midget and keep him in like a cage,
Buy him?
is that possible?
Maybe.
He's Romanian. I think we could do it.
You could probably have him shipped here pretty cheap.
Far above the moon, planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing left to do.
Oh, fuck.
In the morning, I woke up.
Whoa. Okay. So yeah, that was beautiful. Brought a tear to my eye.
Then the Grammy goes too. Fuck.
We already have Romanians in the chat offering to kidnap Corpsy. So
I think somebody out there should make an intro for this segment and call it "Cutting It Short." It'd be cute.
We've watched this next guy on the show before. He actually made a video to us not too long ago.
What's up, guys? Jared Mello here. So this is sort of like a serious but also comedic, informative video. Basically, what it entails is that I've been watching a lot of Walking Dead, and it's gotten to my head. The zombie apocalypse, you know, I used to kind of laugh at that.
There's not like a bunch of underwear hanging out of his dresser drawers this time. I've noticed that. Like his room is a little more organized than usual.
I want to tell you how sick this fucking guy is. Before, I thought these were like old Ninja Turtle figures from when he was a little kid. He's got movie figures on that counter back there. Like this is like the last 2 or 3 years he bought these fucking figurines. That's wrong.
Well, I mean, his, you know, I mean, I'm kind of upset by his T-shirt because if we could just replace that skull with some wolves howling at the moon, I'd feel like, you know, slap that dude in some fucking sweatpants and throw him in front of me in line at the bank, and I'm like, I've been here before. Now I know what you get up to in your free time.
This guy looked like he cried at WrestleMania 30 when Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar. and throw away that fucking milk glass collecting mold on the counter there, dude. That's nasty. Nasty.
Well, number one, I used to hate the whole zombie craze back in the early 2000s, like 2009 to like even now.
That's not the early 2000s. I mean, if you're talking about the 2000s, 2009 would be the last
late of the 2000s.
Yeah, the last year of the
last
2000s.
possible year.
It's died off a little bit, but I would think to myself, like, you know, zombie apocalypse. Oh, that would never happen.
He laughs like Santa Claus.
The more and more you think about it, like, it really could. I mean, in a crazy, you know, in a world as crazy as this, anything is possible. I know, some deep shit, right? But seriously, though, like, the more I think about it, that would be a great way for the elites to exterminate, you know, 90% of their population. The Illuminati's plan, you know, and
I don't get this extermination of population thing. Everybody,
sorry, go ahead.
Well, everybody says like the elites want to exterminate the population, but like countries grow when their population grows, right? Like humans are assets. They don't want to cut their assets down.
Well, this is what gets at me here, though, is that why are there people on the internet who can only find implausible fantasy situations actually plausible if they find a way to explain that that's how the elites are going to kill us all? Like, oh, it seemed stupid before, but now that I think about zombies in light of the government trying to randomly kill me for undefined reasons, well, I don't know. Seems kind of legit all of a sudden.
It's all because their reality is so pathetic and lonely that they make these fantastical scenarios to escape from the fact that they are so basic.
And there's probably all the lead in the super male vitality too.
It's the bone broth.
The bone broth.
The bone broth.
So, guys, these are just my tips on how to
drink
survive
my bone
the
broth?
zombie apocalypse. Now, if you haven't seen my How to Survive World War III, it's basically the same. I mean, I'm going to change a few things up here and there, but in any sort of emergency, you know, be it a war, you know, a weather thing like tornado, hurricane, zombie apocalypse, you want to have plenty of rations. You want to have weapons. And yes, even for weather, because there's crazy looters. I live in Houston, and when Hurricane Harvey hit, so many ghetto thugs looted stores. It's just really sad. So you always want to stay armed in case of an emergency.
All right.
I love that this guy as confident as he can be confident. I mean, he posted the fucking thing, so that's some confidence. But he sits there and he's like, in the event of a war, I know just what to do. You do. This guy.
I've been practicing if a war comes with my Ninja Turtle dolls. The Ninja Turtles are the good guys, obviously. They fight the G.I. Joes, the bad guys. And I found out that you can win a war if you just know how to do ninja kicks.
I found out, so if ISIS shows up, I've decided I'm really going with nunchucks. Now, I've been practicing with these foam ones. I know wood ones will be heavier, but you're going to want to practice this. So if you do a lot of airsoft, like, you're probably going to be okay in World War III.
Wasn't there a guy that the guy that complained about me like a couple months ago? He was like said he was a swordsmith and he made weapons. If he hasn't quit watching the show and you're out there right now, could you make some DP Apocalypse weapons, please?
DP Apocalypse
weapons. Send them into Ben's in case some shit goes down. We have some Apocalypse weapons.
Yeah, we need some.
Yeah, I'll take like a double-sided dildo nunchucks or something made of steel.
We do have the giant Trump dildo here. You can use that.
I want dildo nunchucks.
You know, he also uses an 8-point blocking system against attackers. Did you ever see that video?
Yeah. Oh, God.
He should be the UFC champion of every weight class because he can handle...
Well, he just isn't like hurting people, man, because he's like a peaceful warrior, which you can tell that because he doesn't get in any fights or really do anything except collect Ninja Turtle figures.
I had access to a UFC training facility in Los Angeles like a year ago, where I could have like got people from the internets to come and fight. I'm gonna get that contact up and see maybe we can get some of these guys and like offer them out for like an actual fucking troll or not a troll murder crazy people UFC fest fight.
Murder crazy people.
MMA fight with all the crazy people in a cage. How great would that be?
But see, here's the thing: in a zombie apocalypse, you want to think more on having weapons that aren't guns, because with guns you can run out of ammo, and you know when you're going up against hordes of zombies,
knows a lot about guns
through that ammo real quick. So my advice, guys, is stuff like blunt objects, baseball bats, hammers.
He's watched one zombie movie and he's a professional. Like, literally, this is the first thing they teach you in the first 10 minutes. My gun's out. That's why you need a baseball bat with nails in it.
Chisels, kitchen knives.
Naturally, when you run out of ammo, you're going to want to get some kind of weapon. So, basically, anything that you can hit things with. Okay, dude. Oh, thank you. I mean, like, you've got the Ranger Survival Manual under your pillow now.
Nick, what would your survival weapon be if you were in a zombie apocalypse?
Zombie apocalypse for a long while, I kept always thinking, yeah, fucking swords are the way to go. But then I realized like you can't embed that and shit. I think I like a nice hefty mace, something like heavy enough that even when you're tired, you could just kind of like sluggishly swing it, and it'll have enough momentum to cave a thing's head in.
What about you, Ben?
Like I can pick any weapon?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably want like a tank to like run Nazis the fuck over
tank?
And blow them away.
But what if it runs out of gas? You just live in it?
Well, I'll just travel from gas station to gas station pumping gas.
I was thinking more of like something you would carry in lieu of bullets and stuff, like a hand weapon. But you straight up went to a tank, like you don't give a fuck.
You said any
fill it up
weapon.
with 93 octane. I'm sure it'll work for everybody.
Let's say you have to pick a weapon that won't run out of ammo, or it won't run out of ammo and it won't run out of fuel. So like a flamethrower will eventually run out.
So like a melee weapon.
Yeah, melee weapon.
Okay. I don't know. Like, I would want to say, like, a bow and arrow, even though that's still, like, a range weapon. Well, I would run out of... I'd have to, like, fashion my own arrows. You know, in order for me to survive this, I'd have to have a lot of skills that I don't actually possess. You know what I mean? Like...
I think I would just want a bow staff. I think I'm wicked with a bow staff. I think I could handle some shit.
So all in all, though, it's all pretty street. Like, blades, not really a thing.
I don't know.
Well, those
What's
fucking
up-
things, they get dull, so you got to sharpen them. But also, like, you sink, you know, if you sink a blade deep enough into a thing with just like a hefty swing, there's a chance it might get like hung up or hooked up on it somehow. It's just a chance I don't want to take. Break the thing. Don't cut it.
Do you ever see somebody with a whip in a zombie movie?
A whip?
Like a whip?
Dumb.
You know what I'm saying? A whip would be dumb?
Yeah. I mean, unless you got something else.
Like, you just lash them in the face? Like, you think after a while the zombies would be like, fuck
no,
this?
Think about zombies. They don't give a fuck. It's not like they're going to get annoyed and give up.
Okay.
Barbed wire fences.
Just
would be
lash their
best.
face up and they're like,
If you
fuck
could,
this."
you know, if you can, you make it like the sturdiest kind of wall. I mean, go like, you know, Donald Trump. You know, like.
All right. We've played this guy on the show a bunch of times. I don't like him. I think he's an idiot, but I don't agree that his channel. His channel was recently terminated for hate speech.
Do we have non-Christian preaching videos this time?
Yeah, I have a clip of him on Alex Jones.
Oh shit!
So
This guy got on Alex Jones?
No, the guy I'm about to play. His name is E.T. Williams. It's kind of weird that his name is E.T.
E.T. gonna fall home on Baha. Baha.
Why don't you take some of them peels while you at it?
Oh boy. I'm always in for a good time when I see that logo.
It's a slightly older one.
And then I'll also be broadcasting from Austin, Texas tomorrow, but then Thursday and Friday, I'm going to be in Dallas for the 50th anniversary of the assassination of John F. Kennedy, because they're saying no free speech, no videotaping in public of any Dallas property. That's been overthrown by the Supreme Court and state courts hundreds of times, the police and government trying to say you can't videotape in public. And that you can't videotape the government building. That's ours. I mean, this mayor is really begging for big fat lawsuits. So I'm going up there tomorrow night. I'm going to be at the Dallas Federal Reserve to protest who really runs this country at 8 o'clock to hand out. I just decided to print 10,000 more. 30,000 flyers.
Good for you. Where's E.T. Williams?
If you try to take them, it'll be $7. Simple man.
Oh,
Look, you
okay.
want our guns. You want to enslave us. If you try to take them, it'll be $17.76 again. Red coat. See, they tell us to sit down and shut up while they're all aggressive and try to shout us down. So that's why I like E.T. Williams. And I've been wanting to get him on for a long time, but we finally got a hold of him and are getting him on right now to cover the waterfront of subjects. But Mr. Williams, good to have you on with us today.
Hey, good to be on, Alex. I appreciate it.
You bet. Wow. Well, you've got the floor. For folks that don't know who you are, tell us your worldview.
Well, I'm a pretty simple man, Alex. I always tell people I'm not going to blow you away being the most articulate person in the world, but I know the difference between right and wrong. And
that's an understatement.
I kind of got that feel a little bit. I mean, he kind of came across as a poet when he said hello, but after that it went downhill.
They're saying it's about $6,600 to get enough helium to float me, and helium and balloons to float me. So
just for the helium?
But we would have to fashion some kind of apparatus that would attach you to the balloons.
Yeah.
They just tie them to you.
we should probably tie them just around my penis.
I think the American people have lost this sense. When our grandfathers and fathers grew up, when a man shook your hand and said he was going to do something, damn it, he did what he said he was going to do. And I think we have raised up a bunch of wussies, a bunch of wimp men, a bunch of pacifists. They're letting the homosexual agenda take over our damn country. They are violating every constitutional right under the sun. There's no way that a man like
pink hand again.
Yeah.
Always the pink hand forcing that homosexual agenda. They're making him they're getting into his head with radio waves and shit and making him think about dick all the time. And he's not comfortable with it. He wants that shit to stop.
I think he's just repressing his own urges, and this is the only way he can repress them is by attacking everybody else that has them. And then he goes on the DL and slurps up some peen when he's off camera.
Barack Obama could have stayed in charge unless we have become a bunch of wimps. If this had happened 50 or 60 years ago, we would have stormed the White House and removed this damn communist out of the White House. But too many of us have become content because as long as we have our iPods and our internet and our two-car garages, we're content with letting these SOBs completely dictate what the hell we think. And I'm just one of the mindset. I'd rather die than let a bastard like Barack Obama or Joseph Biden or any of these other damn frauds tell me to shut up. I'd rather die than let these bastards tell me to shut up.
Well, take Oprah Winfrey. She's on.
Has Obama ever told this guy to shut up?
No,
like,
I don't think so.
Psycho
Even if he
people.
did, is death actually preferable to having someone say, "Hey, shut the fuck up"?
Yeah.
I would rather die than not sound stupid in public.
Record at these secret eugenics meetings that have come out in mainstream news, trying to basically pay for forced abortions in Africa and depopulation. But then if I say Obama's a liar, she says that's because I'm a racist. And it's not because Obama's supposedly part black that I dislike him.
Supposedly.
I love like a black Ron Paul or something. It's because he is absolutely fundamentally trying to transform this country.
A black Ron Paul. That just makes me picture Ron Paul in blackface. And I'm like,
oh, that's not appropriate, Ron Paul. Don't try and get that vote.
What's like
don't go for the Alex Jones vote with blackface.
Yeah.
No, that would be like
don't turn this into some sort of
with progeria, basically.
Don't turn this into some sort of political menstrual show. It's not cool.
Menstrual.
You're absolutely right. But this, Alex, this is what most of the liberals do. And I always tell the conservatives, whether you're black, white, or what, especially to the white conservative or libertarian, whoever may be out there. Whenever they go with the race card, you know you have them on the run because they never attack what you said about Barack Obama. They never attack what you said is it the truth or not. They go with the race card, the trump card they use to try to silence any critics. They usually call me Uncle Tom or something. I just tell
the reason they don't attack what you said about Obama is most of the time what people were saying was he has no birth certificate. He was born in Kenya.
Even Trump was saying that.
Yeah, it's like the reason they didn't attack what you said is because what you said was so fucking asinine that it could pretty much just be devolved to racism or delusions. They're saying Michelle Obama got a penis and Barack Obama loved to suck her penis. They're not going to attack that.
They're playing the race card.
They're playing the race card. Just because Obama loves a little bit of Michelle penis in his mouth doesn't mean I'm a racist.
F yourself or go to hell. Because when they find out that these tactics doesn't work, when they call you names, the racist name, when they find out this doesn't work, they have to try to destroy your character altogether. Because whenever the race card doesn't work, then you're going to see the really ugly side of them working for their daddy, the devil, who they work for anyway. And whenever whenever the race card doesn't work, you're going to see the most vilest individuals come out. Then they let their true colors show whenever you don't let the race card work. Oprah, I always tell people, Oprah Winfrey is one of the reasons that Barack Obama is the president. She's the one who baptized him in and let the rest of the media accept him. I told people.
No, I'm pretty sure Obama impressed people at a Democratic convention.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Oprah. I don't think Oprah decides who is going to be.
Oprah definitely helped him, right? Because she introduced him to like the big platform of non-politicals. That definitely did help on his way, but like it was obvious that his speech at the DNC was so powerful. He looked like a young front runner, somebody that they wanted to put in the public eye, you know, represent the DNC after a long reign of Bush.
I'm not familiar with this guy, but I mean, is he the kind of guy who thinks that there's just, you know, secret powerful elites behind everything, and that like, so, you know, Oprah is one of the 1%. I don't know what it is.
The last video I see, people like it when we watch him. So I dug up this older video, but on his channel before it got deleted, his most recent video was about boycotting Jim Beam.
Jim Bean.
But he kept calling it Jim Bean.
Gotta put that bean down.
Mila Kunis shit, right?
Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
Mila Kunis.
Yeah, he couldn't say her name right either.
When Barack Obama first started running for office, he was a straight up communist. Everybody looked at me like I was insane. I said, go look what the man stands for. He doesn't stand for anything that the country should be founded and built on. He's a straight up communist, and he wants to destroy our country. I don't see how anybody can even see that.
Look what that man stands for. Then he doesn't say anything that man stands for. He just says, it's what our country shouldn't be built on. Doesn't even bother putting one point of what he's talking about into his speech. This is the runaround circular logic that psychos use when they get put on InfoWars.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it sounds like, you know, he's basically just reading angry conservative tweets from 2000. Yeah, in 2008.
This is 2013. Yeah,
2013. Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, it's you know, it's angry conservative Twitter right here, and it's like he's a fucking communist. Michelle
communist.
Yeah, the gay agenda, the communists. So all the gay communists are like they've been secretly infiltrating the highest orders of government by getting freshmen or fucking junior senators from Illinois elected to office in historical sweeping because Oprah had a hand in it. Like, I think at that point, shut up is the only thing. That's really the only response you can have. They're like, I won't be told to shut up. It's like, well, they're not arguing with you because why?
Oh wow, wizardly cuz you get back on them pills before you talk to me like that. Wizardly cuz, get on them pills.
It's a good straight up communist. Yeah, this guy.
Democrats coming out like Ezekiel Emanuel and admitting they want to wreck healthcare to take it over. They want to wreck the country, so you
compare InfoWars now to InfoWars just back then, right? Has it gotten better or worse?
Better. Every week, Alex Jones is on some crazy shit.
I just don't remember him like 2005. He's saying like he was like staying in Montreal and a bunch of SWAT team came up on his like the house he was staying at. We're like, we're gonna get you, Jones. I'm like, oh, I wonder if they ever get him. Oh, it's been about 12 years. They're pretty shit at that.
When he went to New York, he said there was like, you know, sketchy looking vans following him around everywhere and shit. So he's, I think he's acting, but if not, he's just a paranoid fuck.
Joe Rogan said like as much that Alex Jones is way different in real life than he is on camera, right?
Well, yeah, when he went through that custody dispute and shit, like he was defending himself, saying, you know, I'm a performance artist. And when I heard that, I'm like, I actually kind of feel for you, dude. You're probably at the lowest point in your life right now.
Fuck feeling for him. Like if you're a performance artist that uses people's worries and fears and stirs them up, and you create an enemy for these people to gather around for profit, then you're a rabble rouser. You're a piece of shit, and you shouldn't. No. You should have your kid taken away because you played with fire and bitch, you got burnt. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it didn't affect the kids though.
Fuck the kid. The kid's better in a foster home. Not having a psycho dad that's running around everywhere, starting shit with the serpent people with the gay frogs.
Either way, dude. I mean, like however fucked up their lives are as a result of him doing what he does to make the fucking fortune that he has. Yeah, of course they're gonna be fucked up. But it's when it comes down to like, oh well, why isn't he fit to like have contact with his children or have custody? Oh, he says a bunch of crazy shit on the internet.
If the mother says she doesn't think he's fit, then that's why he's in court in the first place. Maybe he's a piece of shit.
It's divorce court. Maybe he's a piece of shit. I don't know. I just felt like when I heard him, when you crack like that, when you're a guy like this, he's got this act, he's carried it on for years. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he used to just be your run-of-the-mill talk radio conservative.
He was, what he was just like a public access guy. He was a goof on public access originally.
Yeah, and he was, you know, he's just been doing this shit for years, but he made a fucking massive fortune and career out of it. And then on public record to go into court and say, no, fuck it, like it's all an act, fucking, it's like, all right, that cracked you. That genuinely fucking cracked you, dude. I do kind of feel for the guy. Either which way, he still seems to be doing fine.
I don't feel for him. He played with fire. That's what happens. You get cooked. He's in the kitchen, can't stand the heat. Become fried eggs, bitch.
He's three whole bags of Italian sausage dropped on some poor fucker's rooftop right now.
By the way, I wanna invite everyone to please like the stream, hit the like button, bring it up. Let's get it up to 1,000. There's more than 2,500 people.
Like
right
it
now.
up.
A few more of you could hit the like button and show some love.
Like it up.
Oh, by the way, after this, if you're bored, check out my channel, the Ben Pie channel. I did the Ass Cast with Jim Ass yesterday, if you want to catch that. It got pretty crazy.
Top searches out there.
What else are we gonna do? Oh shit. I have another segment that we don't do very often, but people like it when we do it on occasion, so I'm gonna pull it up.
I feel fancy, special and shit now.
It is.
Fancy.
And you can read one if you want.
Yes. Oh.
All right,
I like
so
this already.
All right, so I'll read this one. I will spank you until you cry. If you dream of a very hard spanking, then I'm the man you will want to meet. Though it may take a meeting or two before we know each other well enough, eventually you will get the extreme spanking you crave, with my hand and perhaps paddle and perhaps other implements. You will know for days after that you have been spanked. When I take you over my knee and your panties come down, you will be under my control completely. And the next day when you sit down, you will remember where you were and what happened to you. Don't contact me with unsolicited services or offers.
Though it may take a meeting or two before we know each other well enough, eventually you will get the extreme spanking crib. That's a terrible sell if right off the bat you're saying, look, if it sucks the first time, give me a second time. You don't want to put that in advertisement. Because if it sucks the first time, who's going to come back after an awkward fucking spanking?
Well, this is clearly like farm league level FetLife shit. The guy's just like not quite ready to spread his wings in that particular den of degeneracy. So he's like, I'm gonna try Craigslist. That way, like I could just ignore anybody who I embarrass myself with, because who the fuck wants to admit the answer to Craigslist ads?
He's fishing for them lonely Christian housewives that watched
Want to be spanking.
That watch 50 Shades of Grey. They just want to get spanked, and they're going to go find this guy while their kids are at school and get swatted by this weirdo.
Who wants the next one?
I'll take that one. Fine. Let me see what
All right, here it is.
Yeah.
It's short.
Oh, nice and short. Who's got the rankest feet? Look for the eye-burning punishment. I will be yours, 22-year-old sub. Send pics if it goes somewhere, then great. Body average, age 22. do not contact with solicitations of services.
Look, I'm look for the eye-burning punishment.
I think he's an immigrant.
I'm looking for the eye-burning punishment.
Wow, that's just racist. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's super. I think he's just a stupid person.
Oh no, I see that, and that's like I bet I just picture some Cambodian in a whorehouse somewhere asking that.
Wanting taboo fantasy to come true, man for woman, clallam. I have a fetish that most consider gross and dirty, and it is. Scat or poop play is my kink, and as weird as it is, it's still a fantasy of mine. Very normal. Ex, job, car, house, etc. But need to find a woman willing to help me out. Massage me back if that's you. Message me back.
Massage me back.
I was thinking massage my back.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking stupid boy.
Do not contact me with unsolicited services or offers.
Somebody massage me back.
Whoever says yes to that.
Well, the way he put the abbreviation for example there, it sounded like he's saying, I have a very normal ex, very normal job, very normal house. Oh, that's appealing, dude. Women love that.
Yeah, I suck at reading Craigslist ads with abbreviations and shit.
Dude.
You can tell I do not use Craigslist.
Oh, whatever, liar.
I don't. I even said massage me back. That's how little I know about Craigslist.
I think you were just getting horny and you're like, yeah,
I want to fucking someone shit in my face right now. I want to wear a crimson mask of bloody fecals.
Just get paddled by that weirdo down the street. That's full. It sounds like a full night on Craigslist, honestly. That place, it is one of the few websites. Have you ever looked through the rants and raves sections?
No.
I only
go to the personals and I search for things like armpits, feet, poop, like that kind of stuff. I found I have this one where this guy was like just gonna stand out in his backyard at a certain time of night and hope someone comes for him to like blow. I've seen all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah. I only thing I use Craigslist for is I'll go into misconnections and I'll write as if I'm a woman writing a misconnection to me. I describe like, you were the fat man wearing a donut at like PAX West or Comic Con. and I looked you in the eyes and I asked if you liked blowjobs. And when you let me suck you, it was the greatest blowjob I've ever given in my life, and I came 3 times just from the suck it. So if women are reading that, they'll see this and think, wow, the big fat guy with the donut is a great blowjob. I should suck him. Hasn't worked yet, but I keep doing it, so it's gonna catch on.
That's a bold plan, dude.
I'm saying.
You know, you could go through, go like 3 or 4 years with it. Something might happen.
One of these days, they're gonna be like, "Are you the curly-haired guy with the donut necklace?" Yeah, of course. Can I suck your pee-pee? It's gonna happen.
Your pee-pee?
Your pee-pee? I know it to be true.
All right, so now we're at the final Streamlabs segment of the night. Feel free to send in anything for the next 15-ish minutes.
There we go.
Final countdown.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a
Yeah,
drink.
no problem.
So,
yeah,
should we make a Craigslist ad and see what we can get in responses for another segment?
That would be weird. You know, what you ignored my question earlier though. What's the video that you fell down the stairs?
Okay, so I was recording a music video for a song on my new album, and they had me in a church on a stage inside of a refrigerator. And I take a step out of this refrigerator, and it's right at the stairs, and the fucking refrigerator rocks. And my second step, I just fell out of the fucking fridge down a fucking 4 or 5 stairs at the church in front of like 30 or 40 people, and it was embarrassing.
Do you want people to watch your show? I'm just asking, because maybe you should surprise them with Egghead rather than advertising.
That's fucked up. We're live with Egghead. Well, God, I'm gonna fucking go drown myself instead of watch that shit. No.
Golly George, God.
Thanks for the 20, money pagan. Oh, yeah. So the video for that should be out soon. Maybe I can get the highlight reel
I
of
wanna
the
see
falls, because it was ridiculous.
You know, I think Pagan's situation, though, I think his show is the Inebriated Discussions podcast, the random discussions of an inebriated variety.
Oh,
yeah, that's what it's
that
called.
sounds super original.
Yeah, Pagan Situation's real name is the Unfunny Comedian, and that's not a moniker. That's his real name, Unfunny Comedian.
He was born.
It's the same show, I think.
His real name, his like birth name, is Unfunny Comedian.
Yeah.
Damn, your parents were.
They planned ahead. It's always helpful when your parents just sort of give you that early head start. You know, I like to. You got to think about sometimes when you have like these parents who name their daughters like Faith or Charity or Hope.
Yeah.
Right. And you got to wonder. It's like, are you trying to turn them into strippers? Do you just want to cut? Do you just want to cut through all the bullshit and just be like, well, I'm a failure as a human being. I'm going to be a failure as a parent. Might as well. At least I know where she's headed.
I ordered some delivery food, and my delivery driver, I believe he was a Vietnamese guy, and his name was fuck. It was like
UK or
AUC or something like that.
Fuck. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. It was fuck. It said your driver, because you get a text message when they come in. Your driver fuck has arrived with your food.
Just send that to like Alexa so she can announce it. Just all of a sudden comes on.
When I was like 14, I was a telemarketer, and they'd pull up people's names all the time, and every once in a while you would just get a name that was so fucking hilarious.
What about Dick Buttkiss? God, you know, he was a big tough guy, so maybe he didn't get picked on a lot, but you know, his name was Dick Buttkiss.
That's straight up like how could your parents do that to you?
Well, I've heard recently of like a kid suing his parents because he wanted to change his name because they named him Gaylord.
I'd step before that as a kickboxer, I'd end that piece of human scum shit faster than the Chinese MMA fighter ended that Tai Chi master. Now I just want to obliterate him with a single Joe Rogan turning sidekick. Jesus fucking Christ, fuck.
Oh, by the way, Pagan Situations, he had a few that didn't come through. Wizard was a great guest. Love DP tonight. Also,
I like turtles.
I like turtles. What else? Oh, he also said his non-shill didn't come through. He said Egghead was a great guest. No.
I'm glad to hear.
Egghead was a great guest. Egghead would be a great guest at the Donner Party.
Is he meaty?
Donner Party.
The Donner Party.
the party of people crossing the...
The Downer Party.
The Downer.
They
were cannibals.
There. And they ate each other. Well, you say that like they were cannibals, like it's like, you know, they started a cannibal tribe and started hunting people. Like they ate the corpses of their dead to survive.
Billy, let me sleep in you like a tauntaun, Billy. It's cold. Billy, I want to cut your belly open and sleep in a fat fold.
Okay. For $5, you got it. Airbnb that bitch.
Billy.
At least it was a decent, you know, timely reference. You know, we're not going to have Star Wars around forever.
Rian Johnson's about to do a whole new trilogy.
I know.
Yeah.
I was saying
now that Disney owns Star Wars, there's going to be a Star Wars movie every year.
Oh,
thank you, Disney.
Yeah, there
Thank
was
you.
a Saints ticker I wrote one time. It said something like Disney greenlight Star Wars spin-off focused on Lando Calrissian's third cousin, like Renita Juarez Robinson.
Maybe
some shit. And I was like, the more I thought about it, the more I realized, like, you know, they probably would franchise that shit for a web series if somebody thought it could make money.
I like what they're doing, though, with the Star Wars stories, the offshoot stories. They're just making entire movies to explain plot holes in the original trilogy.
There was no plot hole coming up to, like, we didn't need, there was no, like, the shit that happened before the beginning of A New Hope wasn't a plot hole that needed filling in.
People complained. They said, "Why is there a damn button on the Death Star that explodes it? A little thing. Why would they build a little weak spot that will explode the whole Death Star?" And they made the entire movie to say why. And then people complained, "Why would Han Solo shoot Greedo first?" Now we're getting a Han Solo movie, and I guarantee you, it's going to tell the story exactly why Han Solo shot Greedo first. They're going back and they're retconning everything with these movies.
None of it's really necessary though. I mean, you take Rogue One, if you took away the Star Wars elements from that shit, you would have actually just had a fucking badass, like, dark, like, grim, kind of dark future war, like sci-fi war.
The war was good. The last half was good, but the setup for it was butt cheeks.
But it was. I mean, that was terrible. But even still, it's like this. You know, it's supposed to be a Star Wars story, right? All that ends up being is a vehicle. They could have. I mean, that story as it was told didn't feel like any Star Wars movie you watch. It felt like a movie that wanted to be a little bit gritty in wartime, which is something you never got from any of those films. And if it was a standalone film that wasn't a Star Wars film, but it would have been great as a Star Wars film. It's kind of disappointing.
You're nitpicking.
Well, I'm seeing the future here, dude. I mean, it's not gonna.
You're seeing the future.
Get better.
It's gonna get better.
If we're gonna get Han Solo, we're gonna end up with like another Chewbacca Christmas shit by the end of this. I guarantee.
I welcome that. I welcome us.
You welcome another Star Wars Christmas?
Hell yeah! I want 12 minutes of Wookiees talking with no discernible subtext or subtitles. I think it's great.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I want John Cena to be the next Darth Vader.
Oh, fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
I like it.
Well, they've already got those, what are those little, like, furry creatures? Those, like, little tiny hamster-looking deals? No, they're from the new film. And they've already started selling the toys.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't seen them? They're like these tiny little hamster-looking things. Yeah. And they're all big-eyed and expressive. Yeah, they've already got the toys out for those things. The film hasn't even come
They're
out.
just Furbies.
That's all they are. Yeah, biomechanical Furbies, effectively. But you got this merchandise coming out, and I'm like, well, I'm sure that's not going to look like needlessly stuffed into the plot. They're just going to have all of these adorable creatures they can cut to from time to time for a little bit of comic relief of some kind.
I don't know. Everybody's talking big about this film. All the execs are really happy with Rian Johnson's work, and they're hiring him back to do an entire trilogy. So I think it's going to be good.
Maybe I'm a cynic. Maybe I'm a cynic.
You're probably a cynic, but cinema.
I am absolutely a cynic. So.
Cinema isn't created for cynics, so you have no room to complain. Cinema's created for happy people that want to forget their lives for 45 minutes and then remember them in the last 45 minutes.
When they go to see the new Transformers film.
I love Transformers.
Oh, Jack. There once was a peasant named Joe who tried to dismantle the show. He should have been wiser not to mess with the Kaiser. So that pervy dude had to go. Love the show. Check out my band, Dear Darla.
Thank you.
Darla.
Kind of like that. It's got a very 90s sound.
Spelled like the animal.
Yeah. My band's named Dear Darla. It's about a deer named Darla.
Apparently.
I fucks with it.
You'd fuck a deer named Darla?
I mean, if I was a deer. If I was a deer?
No.
If I was a deer, you damn right I would.
I took that deer down with my rifle. I'll take that deer up however I want. It's
You
my
know who
property.
should be a guest on this show? Kevin Smith.
Oh, you know what? Did you hear that story?
Yeah.
You heard that story about how he like he pissed off Kevin Smith?
Yeah.
TJ did. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Wow, I did not hear this.
He invited him on the show, but he also hold on. Billy is a great addition to the show. As far as Joe goes, Ben had to see him naked, so it's up to Ben if he's out.
Well, Ben always covered his eyes, luckily. But Joe was straight up like shaking his dick at Ben multiple times. He's basically like a more rapey Louis C.K.
But
he looks like a retarded, like younger version of Ray Romano.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh. That's so what happened? So TJ invited Kevin Smith on the show.
Yeah, he tweeted at him, but he also insulted the movie Cop Out. And Kevin Smith replied basically being like, yeah, normally I'd be on a random podcast, but, you got to ask nicely and everything. So, and that was the last we heard from him.
Damn.
Oh. Well, that's closer than I've gotten to getting Kevin Smith on my show. Fuck, I'm working on getting Doug Stanhope on Saints, hopefully. I guess he's...
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. God damn it.
I got a guy named Joe I could get on your show for a small per diem, and you have to stare at his dick via Skype.
I think I'll pass. It's a soft pass for now.
Pussy.
Yeah. I guess he's been actually like hanging out. I found this libertarian speakeasy recently. It's just a weird bookshop where they could occasionally get drunk together, but I guess Stanhope's like crashed through there a few times. And it's like, fuck, that would be an interesting night on Saints. It's like, what is the YouTube Saints? How would I describe it? Jeff and I get drunk and make fun of shit on the internet. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, sounds familiar to me.
Yeah.
Isn't there another podcast that does that?
I don't know.
I've heard. I think there used to be one. I don't know anymore. I don't really watch the internet.
Are you like an obscure right-wing podcast, or?
Yeah, with host unknown.
Damn.
It's cold as ice, now.
I'm gonna start an obscure chicken wing podcast.
You guys ought to start trying to pull in some like comics though. Like, I mean, Stanhope. I think
anything's better than you, pussy.
I was last minute.
There are comics coming through this area all the time. So yeah, Billy always tells me he knows people. He says he's a mover and a shaker.
Yeah, no, I shake when I move. It's my morbid obesity, Ben.
What? Oh, okay, I misunderstood you.
No,
I anticipate that.
I mean, we're really close to a comedy club, like within walking distance, basically. And I think if we hit up the right people at the right time, we can get promotion for their shows and come in like the night before their show.
We tried to do that with Tom fucking Green, and he was cool at first, and then
he bitched out.
Yep.
Motherfucking Tom Green.
Comics are fucked up people to deal with.
Maybe they would have to have like a Skype call-in segment like first to show good faith, and then you promote their show via Skype, and then when they're in town, they come in for it in studio. We're gonna set this up. I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of the next comedian that comes in and doesn't come on the show, because I'll go to his show and I'll smack him with a billy club if he doesn't come in studio. Tom Green ain't pulling that shit.
There you go. Oh, actually, Magog of Morscar would be a fucking... Just if you're looking for guest suggestions, Magog's really good on live streams if you've never seen him.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Smaller channel, but the guy's got he's got a lot of witty motherfucker, and he's got a pretty decent bit that he does. Half the time he'll do this thing in character, the other time he'll just hang out like a fucking neckbeard atheist like the rest of us.
All right, so that is the end of the show. We're gonna go do the post show in a minute here. So have a good night, everybody, and check out Wizard of Cause's channel. I have it in the description below, and I've got Billy the Fridge's channel. You already know about it. See you on Monday. TJ will be here. I'm not sure who else will be here.
Maddox.
And Maddox.
Maddox.
So, all right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.